Hello, thank you for clicking onto my channel. Welcome to Komodo Tai Tarot. Today we will be doing a reading for Scorpio for the month of July, for the first week of July 4th through July 10th of 2021. Today we are doing the tarot card reading with this Tarot Black and Gold edition. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, my spirit teams. What messages do you have for our dear Scorpio for the month of July? For July 4th through July 10th, what can they expect for their love life, their personal, career, and finances, the good, the bad, the ugly? What can they expect? What can they look forward to? Anything on the horizon for them for July? All right, so let's see here. Oh, damn, what's the likelihood of that? Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups and this Four of Pentacles. So with these two cards together, oh, the edges are flaking off. Okay, so with these two cards together, I see a very happy times for you for the month of July. For all you Scorpios out there, you will be having a great time in your family life. There will be no arguments, or if there is, there's going to be a minor bickering here and there, bantering back and forth about insignificant stuff. Okay, it's nothing serious, but all in all, the energy of the month is going to be a happy one in your family life, as well as your finances. You will have money in your possessions. Like, you will have enough to live a comfortable life, to enjoy your summer, to go on a vacation for some of you. You're not going, despite the fact that this is the Four of Pentacles and he's holding on to the Pentacles there, but the energy that I'm getting here is that he's not, you're not going to be too tight with your money. You're going to be wanting to spend it, but spending it on your family more so, for the happiness of your family, to be together, like going to the water parks, to Wisconsin Dells. If you live in Wisconsin, I don't know why that popped up, but if you don't live in Wisconsin, then to water parks or roller coasters, you know, to the fair, to the festival, wherever they have that. Or you could be traveling out of state to go to Disney World or Disneyland, that type of travel I see. And that's going to bring you a lot of joy to you and your family. Not only just your family, but probably like your friends and your relatives, your cousins, your close relatives, you know, would you would make plans with them and arrange a date to go as like this huge big family. Okay, comes to mind to this like the beach or something, or to Disneyland. I don't know why Disneyland is so prominent, but yeah, something of that nature. And you're going to be quite content and happy with that. Justice. And some of you who are involved, oh, you can see the reflection of the camera, of the tripod, okay. And those of you who are involved with the law or with the court system, something with car, perhaps some of you might have gotten into a car accident or a brush up with someone, and you're going to win the case, or the insurance will pay. You will be in the right, and you know, and you will win that case. I hear reward. Reward within a family, something with monetary. Perhaps you will be receiving money, like someone will be giving you money from a family, something with family, windfall of money, and you're going, or someone like me, perhaps maybe you lend money to a cousin or a friend, and they're going to finally pay you back in this month of July. And we have Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, normally with it being upright, saying that you're very quite generous. But with this impaired with the rest of the card before it, especially with Justice and the Six of Pentacles in reverse, gives me the sense of feeling that this person took your kindness for granted. And it's been a while that you were trying to get the money that they borrowed from you back. But they were just being elusive and trying to avoid you. And some way, somehow, this month, you will have justice with that. They will come back and pay you back for whatever it is that they borrowed from you, whether it's money or materialistic possessions, you know. Or I see for a select few where a car, perhaps it's a car, and I see a person giving their keys to the other person. Maybe they borrowed your car and they crashed it, or as they're driving, someone crashed into them, and so it's become this big dilemma. And then you would even have to and they're trying to avoid responsibility because it does require money to fix that car, even though insurance is involved, but then they're not covered under insurance. And so you still have to pay for the damages out of pocket. And then you're trying to get them to pay or be held accountable for their actions and them damaging your car or have a part in damaging the car, right? Or if it's not a car, it's of a property that belongs to you that they borrowed and they weren't returning back, but you're going after them, trying to get them to pay you back, or take responsibility for whatever it is that had happened, but they're just avoiding you. But for this month of July, you will have justice, okay? Justice from this person that is trying to take advantage of your kindness and your generosity. Scorpio. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, my Spirit team, for the month of July for Scorpio? In terms of career and finances, what do they have to look for in terms of career and finances for the month of July? The first week, the energies. Oh, the World. We have the World. So there is a lot of good energy coming through for you for this first week of July. And I feel like you could have this brand new idea that comes to you while you're in the shower. I have the feeling that a lot of you are connected because obviously you're Scorpio, right? And you have a lot of that water energy in you. You're quite connected to water, to the source of water. So every time you go into to take a bath or even to the beach or even hearing water faucets running, right? It takes you into that meditative state. And then you get downloads of ideas and information of how to do things, or even to let's say if you're thinking along the terms of creating your own business, you get a lot of those ideas when you're in the shower. And the world here is saying that you can take it in terms of your career in any direction because you hold the skills. You got the skills. You have what it takes. I feel that you guys are very much into the arts or like music or creation. And some of you feel like you don't know which direction to go or what to do in your life because you have so many interests. But I feel like if you want to go, whichever direction you want to go into, I feel like because you're so skillful, you'll be good with anything that you select, okay? You have the skills to bring it to life and to make it fruitful. Yeah, temperance. So yeah, with the variety, like the many talents that I said you have the tendency to like to dabble into each of them and kind of test the water out to see like which one you like best or is best suited to you and your situation. And you know, some who have families who are best suited to your family schedules, let's just put it that way. And with the Ace of Wands, here we see like a beginning, a new beginning of something that we have that will bring you much joy to you, to your family, and give you a peace of mind. It will give you a sense of fulfillment as well, because it will finally give you some clarity in terms of what it is that you're inclined to do or want to do to generate income for yourself. These are all very good energies for you, Scorpio. Now bear in mind that this is the first week of July. This is the energy that's coming to you. It's going to bring this brand new energy of propelling you forward and going after your dreams and accomplishing your goals. And also bring like money. Some of you might just receive money from a family member just because they want to give you the money. And then some of you might be hearing from someone who owed you money and they're finally going to pay you back, you know, or perhaps the unfortunate ones in some cases might have to take them to court in order to get them to pay you back or be held accountable for their, you know, what they did, for the damages done, and you will win in that case. And then we have, what is this? Is this the Two of Wands? The Two of Wands. Like I said in the very beginning, this Two of Wands, like you're going to be traveling with your family to a different state, out of town, you know, taking your family out, just having fun, just enjoying life, spending money, decompressing. Because everything else is good. The energies are very light for your reading, aside from this whole debacle with the Justice card. But other than that, it's very light. I don't even think that you even give it much mind to this whole situation. at one point in time you pretty much cut your losses and probably have decided to cut ties with this person as well. And yeah, that's just how Scorpios is. I mean, if you do wrong to them, they do not mind to cut you out of their life completely without a second thought, and they will not feel guilty about it. For what reason? Because you have all the reasons to cut someone out of your life if they were to do you wrong in this way, you know? Because that just means that they don't belong in your life. They're just there for the taking and not reciprocating. I mean, relationships is a two-way street. It's just not one-way street, like many of the people like to believe who are selfish, right? But yeah, okay, moving on to this dream reading card. Now, I'm not gonna, I reckon it's about dreams, right? But I'm not going to use it for that purpose, but rather I'm going to use it as a oracle card to give you advice and clarity to this whole energy that we have coming through for the for July 4th through July 10th. So yes, I'm going to. Oh, you see how big these cards are? I mean, they're bigger than my hand. So I'm going to shuffle it like, or blend it in, shuffle, blend, whatever, like this. All right, just to get them all mixed up there. Move that up. Sorry for the mess. Sorry about that. It's become a bad habit of mine not to do that, and I know not to, but it's, I always forget. This is better, okay. There we go. Now I'm going to shuffle it like this. All right, spirit teams, what messages, guidance, advice do you have for my dear Scorpio for the month of July, July 4th through July 10th? The good, the bad, the ugly, let it be known. Any advice at all? Anyway, house and buildings. This is what it looks like, the illustrations. And what does it say? So it has the number 1. What does the house or the rooms of the house represent to you? Is it in order or is it a mess? What state are you in? So that must be a message for someone in regards to cleaning your home and decluttering. Now, I know I have that problem. I have this problem myself, and it's been long-standing. I feel, let me just dip into my personal life for a brief minute. I sense a connection here where I'm the only one, basically, to be honest with you, because I am the caretaker of many, not only for my parents, but I also have my 2 elderly uncles. One is disabled and the other is has kidney failure and is on dialysis, and so his health isn't up to par. Like last night I literally had to take him to the ER because he was vomiting and he couldn't stomach anything, and we were there until like nearly 3 o'clock in the morning before we get to come home. So that in itself it's like time consuming, okay? Having to do one task after the other, and then by the end of the day you only have 24 hours in a day, and the other 8 hours you need for sleep and to eat, right? You can possibly get all of your homes cleaned up in every room, okay? And so the mess just piles up high more and more and more each and every day, and so it creates like this trapped energy within the home, within each room. And I sense that here for some of you, that your house needs cleaning, but it's not like you don't want to clean your house. It's just that you have this energy. Everything else is well, okay? Like in my life, everything else is well, seemingly externally outside, right? But then there are some things like say cleaning the house. It's a boring job. No one likes to clean the house, but you need to do it. And that's just the one thing that Spirit wants to have you focus your attention on, is to pay more attention to decluttering your homes. And in a sense, our home reflects our inner world. Okay? For those that resonate with this, because I feel like in other aspects of my life, it's okay, or it seems good to outsiders, or to me. I feel like I am quite abundant. I get whatever I want. I don't have to think, like, give it a second thought to buy the things that I want. Those aspects of my life is good. However, internally, perhaps we also have to reflect and introspect on, are we buying material possessions to fill the void inside of us that we still need to address? That's what I'm getting from, is it in order or is it a mess? What does the house or the rooms of the house represent to you? Is it in order or is it a mess? What state are you in? What state are you in? State of mind are you in? Because a lot of times, in order for us to push forward in life, we tend to detach ourselves and tell ourselves that we're doing okay, everything is okay, everything is fine, and keep on moving. We never really take the time to think about the reason behind why we do the things that we do and why certain things happen. So I think Spirit, despite all this good energy that's coming through, Spirit also wants you to pay more attention to your thoughts that are coming in. Because I see some of you, this is not for everyone who comes through here, this is a general reading. I also feel like this anger, a seething anger underneath, like a grudge even, it seems like, towards a particular situation or someone. And you need to let that go. Or at least you need to address it and release it and move on from that. And then for some, your house just looks a mess and you need to clean it. And perhaps maybe it's a mess and it weighs heavily on your mind. You know how, like, something like cleaning our house, once you get into the swing of it, it's okay. It's not that bad as the preconceived idea of cleaning a house before you start, if that even makes sense. Do I make sense? Before you even start cleaning, and then you just think about cleaning and you're already lazy, you don't even want to do it, and so it creates that drag effect. Like, it makes you even more lazy and you just put it off, you procrastinate, and it gets more and more messier, and the more you look at it, the more it makes you kind of depressed to an extent. That's the feeling that I get. And this card here is telling you, just do it, okay? Even though it looks like it's a lot of work, just do it. And then as you're doing it, you get into the swing of it, and it won't be that bad. It won't seem that bad anymore. And then as you see your house get more tidy, that would give you like a boost of encouragement, give you a boost of energy, and it makes you feel more alive again and more organized in your thought process and more lighter in your energy. Yeah, that's the energy that is coming through in this card here. I feel like everyone needs to clean their house for the most part. Most people do. I mean, no one's perfect. Everyone has a home, especially if you have kids or if you have lived with a lot of grown people that doesn't like to pick up after themselves. yeah, it's going to be messy. You can't just rely on one person to do everything around the house, and then some, and then to have your house to look uh, untouched. That's ridiculous. The goddess. Yeah, the goddess card out. It says to embrace the feminine, create and be gentle, nurturing yet strong. Do not listen to those who want to keep you small. Believe that you are as important as the stars in the heavens. So yes, this one is an advice to you to keep in mind to don't be too hard on yourself. And with this 24 card, 24 number, 2 plus 4 equals 6, and 6 is about family. So you're a family-oriented person and you do everything for your family because you love them. But don't forget to pamper yourself as well. And with the house and buildings, it's a number 1. A number 1 to me is like, or not to me, but in numerology, it's the beginning. It's a new start. And before you start that new start, right, you need to declutter. Make sure that you make space for something new. And again, before that, I was talking about how you're easy to cut someone out. And this card is to confirm, there are some people in your life right now that are saying or doing things. They might not be like coming out in a very aggressive way to you to belittle you, but the things that they say and the things that they do, deep inside that is like a little jab here, a little jab there, trying to punch holes, creating insecurities within yourself. And that type of person do not belong in your circle, do not belong in your life. And if you must have them in your life, you would have to, the spirit is urging you to let them know how you feel when they do that. Or perhaps sometimes, people do that out of, they might not know that is it's causing a negative effect on the other person. Perhaps to them, they think that it's, that's how they joke, that's how they tease. And it could be very well be, because there are some people like me, for instance, who likes to tease in a way that is socially inappropriate, that other people will most likely take the wrong way and interpret it the wrong way with the wrong implications. Whereas to me, I just feel like I just feel like I'm teasing them because I love and adore, and it's somewhat of a twisted way of endearment. But yeah. This person could just have high anxiety, but only you know the truth, whether this person is mean-spirited, acts out in mean spirit, or it's just who they are. They could be on the autistic spectrum, and a lot of people who are autistic, who are on the higher end functioning of autism, they have to some extent the inability, they don't know how to socialize in an appropriate way, or the way their jokes is kind of off or offensive to some, even though they don't mean to be offensive. I don't even know how we got off on this tangent, but that's the energy. I feel that there are some people in your life that that even though they don't have the like the formal diagnoses of being on the spectrum of autism, but they do carry and possess they do exhibit those traits. And I sense that you kind of know that deeper within yourself, and thereby you don't really you don't really mind it to some extent, but it does irritate you. And I think all you need to do is just let them know that that's what it is, that they're teasing, and the way they treat you in this way is making you uncomfortable or making you feel less than, and you don't appreciate them talking to you like that. Perhaps they can change, and perhaps maybe it's like a wake-up call for them, and perhaps they will change the way they interact with people in general to be better. Something along that line for a few of you, not all of you, a handful, maybe like 3 or 4. And then for the other half of you, there are someone in your midst who are envious of you, who are envious of your family. And I know to you, you might feel as though there are some things that could be better within your family or within your life in general. But you know how, I don't know, some people always find things that they are envious of other people. Okay, it's their own insecurities, it's their own void that they need to address and deal with. But instead of dealing with their own problems, they like to project, and they like to just be jealous of others. It's just easier that way. They don't have to put in the effort or the work to do so. Okay, but with this Goddess card, it just wants you to focus attention more on yourself and less on others, and spend that time with your family. If your family is important to you, and go on vacations with them, spend a lot of times with them, create great memories with them. And what I'm drawn at is there's like this abstract thing going on right here. But what I'm most attracted to is this lines coming out in this area, in her sacral and solar plexus. And perhaps you might still be thinking in the back of your mind in terms of your finances as well. Even though you spend money with this 4 of Pentacles here, you don't mind to spend money on your family and your family's happiness. But at the back of your mind, you also are very much occupied with money as well, in terms of how to generate or make more money so that you can support your family and also support the going on a vacation. Because I see here, like, you like to go on trips, you like to have fun, you like to create great memories, you like to go visit relatives out of town, and all of that costs money. And you need to be very, very, very cautious with the way you spend your money. Yeah, so there's more I want to say, but it just is not coming through to me yet. Perhaps later on. Let's move on. One last card. Oh, some singles wants to know about their love life. Single Scorpios out there, about your love life. Is there anything with regards to Scorpio's love life for the single ones out there, Spirit? I hear you are your own love. Love yourself first. And for those Scorpios who will be traveling this summer, you will probably meet with someone out of town, or if not, if you're just going to be in town, that someone out of town will be coming in your area, in your vicinity, and you're going to meet them like that. You will get to know one another with this Wands card at this beginning. You will try, I hear like perhaps with the Temperance, it gives me the energy of perhaps a long distance relationship because both of you are living far away from each other. You know, maybe you're contemplating the aspect, is that the word that I want to use? You're contemplating the idea of doing a long-term or a long-distance relationship. And some of you who are in a relationship, who are like in a long-distance relationship, you might be going out of town to visit them, or him or her. Animals. Animals, the eye stands out most to me. The very fierce, very focused, very concentrated, very aggressive, assertive. And these two deers just locking horns with one another. Be careful with your words. I know Scorpio can be very like outright, lashing out, but like, you know, very like if they're unhappy with something, or if you make them mad or angry or upset, they will like word vomit. They will just like let it all out without a second thought. Okay, and so this card is to be telling you to be careful with your words and how you communicate with others. I try to communicate with love and compassion and of a more light energy rather than of aggression. Here it says, do you feel free or stifled? Is your situation making you feel caged or unhindered? Would you like to take some new risks? I feel this card is more of an, like, at a personal level within yourself, because there are some things that you're not quite fulfilled about in your life at this present time. So with the energy of July, and with you going to travel to different areas, and experiencing new culture, new life, it's going to make you question your life at the moment. Like, is this where I want to be? Or do I want to move? Some of you might even feel like moving to a different place to start over. And for some, you might already be in a happy family, relationship, but you're not happy with where you are living at currently at the moment, and you want to move to a different location or state altogether. Perhaps you just want to get away from your current circle of people, or get away from people in your current circle. And thereby current circle, I mean like cousins who you don't really necessarily get along with, don't really particularly like, are estranged to you, and it gives you a sense of feeling like you know that they're your cousins, but it's like you don't even know them like a cousin because there's no bond or connection there. So you just want to pick your family up and move to a different location away from them, so you don't have to see or hear from them. basically. Because I feel like there's some intertwining of relationships in one way or the other. But specifically for everything else externally in terms of your family relationships and things like that, it looks good. Everything is good. It's just the personal personal feelings that are surfacing that you need to address for the month of July as it surfaced up to, so yeah, that's all I have for you, Scorpio. There's a blend of lightness and heaviness in here, depending on how you choose to look at it. Because it's not all bad. It's not bad at all. It's, that's just life. If you take a look at it from a realistic standpoint, life, everything can't always be good, okay? You have the good aspects in your life, and then you also have this negative aspect, and sometimes the negative is sometimes all in our head, and then we just have to deal with it as it comes, as it surfaces. And I think this is the animal card. It's the message that's coming through for this. So yeah, that's all I have for you, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated with you. I hope this is helpful with your situation. And if you like this reading, if it resonated, please hit like and subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment. And those of you who doesn't resonate for you, feel free to leave a comment as well. I welcome with open arms constructive criticism. However, please be respectful. Any of the comments that are disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, I will read that and delete it as well. Okay, well, have a blessed day. I hope everything goes well for you. And I hopefully will see you next time. Bye.